Which one is this? Which podcast?
Is this 5?
I think this might be
this is number 5.
Okay.
Well, welcome back to the Fruit Basket Podcast.
Yeah.
Did you know that there's a manga? I don't see myself. Oh wait, yes I do.
Yeah.
There's
the Fruit Baskets.
It's like Fruits Basket.
Fruits Basket. Yeah.
Isn't that just such a coincidence?
It is, and also
that we didn't.
Or what the content of that would actually be. That.
Yeah. What is it about?
I tried to watch it, but I didn't quite understand.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I feel like it would be like a high school anime. You know what I'm talking about? Like high school.
Yes.
It's the high school genre of anime.
Mm-hmm. I think that's kind of what it was.
High school romance.
But the name is so peculiar. I wonder.
Fruits Basket.
Yes.
It sounds very weird.
Yes.
Fruits.
I think we were onto something better, and
just a little bit more grammatically
correct.
Yeah.
Although, I think there's a translation.
It's a translation
from their native land.
Sorry, I didn't mean to be a little bit racist right off the bat.
Well, that's why I have you around here, Sean.
Oh,
just be a little bit racist off the bat.
No, that's your job.
Oh,
I'm the kind one.
So, I want to start off with this clip really quickly.
Oh gosh, we're already jumping in. Okay.
So, you know about Stephen Hawking's untimely, or I guess timely passing. I mean, he was old as shit, but and also very disabled for a very long time. But it's untimely because
he was what, like 23?
Yeah, I think that's about right.
Gosh.
Yeah. But dead. Yeah, dead. And this new
Rest
show.
In peace. Sorry, we didn't even say that after talking about.
Yeah, it's super sucks. He's one of the few that has me legitimately terrified about AI and how it's going to kill all of us.
Gosh, yeah.
And
I'm excited. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah,
it's a cool frontier to approach. Death by AI.
Our imminent death by AI. Or maybe we already are dead, and this is just all simulation.
Don't do this. Don't Elon Musk your way out of this. He's a supporter of the simulation theory.
Yeah, well, I want whatever
got a good brain.
Yeah, no, whatever his program is, the chip that plugged in, the Elon chip, I would like that upgrade, please. So this is a TV show in Britain paying their respects to him.
Oh gosh.
Just before we leave you today, we want to pay tribute to the world-renowned physicist and genuine genius Stephen Hawking, who has sadly died at the age of 76.
He leaves behind a huge legacy, not just as a mathematician and astrophysicist, but also as an inspiration to millions.
Right places. I see it in magazines, working.
What? No. Did they screw up? It's like all about that
legacy, not just
as
a
picture,
an astrophysicist, but also as an inspiration.
Her dumb face.
This is what he would have wanted.
I think so too. and then he gets.
But it would be an empty universe indeed.
And then just
if
keep it
were
going.
Not for the people I love and who love me. We are all time travelers.
You know. Yeah, that was just not.
What if just a horrible time to have an audio accident?
Yeah.
Or maybe it wasn't an accident at all. You want to give us a taste of the real Stephen Hawking.
Maybe it was Stephen Hawking's favorite song. He wrote about AI while listening to All About That Bass by Meghan Trainor. Or maybe he just really hated trouble. I mean, maybe Stephen just sort of aspired to be a thick boy.
Oh my God, he is all about that bass.
Mm-hmm. Now wherever he is in the cosmos,
I mean,
he can be as thick as he wants.
Exactly. That's what we should take away from this flub, right? That Stephen Hawking is just out there as thick as he wants to be.
With two C's.
Is this disrespectful?
I don't know. I mean, we don't know how thick he
is. It wasn't our fault. It's not our fault we're making these jokes.
No. I think that this is very... How many... I was just thinking, how many basic girlfriends of yours on Instagram did you see post quotes from him when he died?
Oh, more than just basic girlfriends. I mean, we had gays. We had. It was just an absolute festival for people posting rest in peace Stephen Hawking posts.
Mm-hmm. Rest in paradise, brother.
Oh my God! Did you see that there were people like reacting to people saying that he was finally free from his physical constraints of being in a wheelchair. The people were like outraged about this.
Oh, like they don't even like to be called disabled anymore. What is it that we call them now?
Differently abled.
Okay,
That's a term that you could use.
I have
That
a
isn't
I have a
offensive.
question. How do you feel about the word retarded? Because I realized I said it on another a podcast a few ago, and I think I'll continue to use it.
I mean,
as a word.
I personally wouldn't say it very often. I don't say it.
So here's the thing. The thing I always see, it's like John C. McGinley, that actor. He's got a kid that's got something going on with it, or I don't know his gender. I truly don't. But so he has this campaign wherever he trots out with the kid and has the kid with the very obviously disabled face and goes, that word is our N word kind of thing.
Oh gosh.
And you go,
that's a bold comparison.
Well, you go, if your kid is so intellectually deficient that word would be applied to him or her, I don't think that they feel much emotion about that word. This is totally up to you.
I think it comes from the French, like, retard.
Yeah, which is to slow down.
Which is, slowed. Yeah.
It's in music too. It's been
exactly.
Around forever.
It's been around forever. And I mean,
and before that, they were literally called mongoloid idiots. So I think, I'm not joking.
What?
Yeah, that was. So I actually think that retard was sort of.
How long have you been alive? Because I don't remember that one.
I'm not saying this is in my lifetime. I'm just saying this is medically what it used to be called. But it's kind of it's sort of the faggot thing now. I enjoy. I miss these words. I just I mean it's that thing where they would never get applied to the people who actually have these afflictions. I would never call retarded kid retarded to his face to hurt his feelings. But the thing is like, would he or she even really know?
I don't know
the difference.
It's like that clip from whatever. It was like they're on the bus.
Yes.
And he's like, she's retarded. And it's like her caretaker is saying this.
Yeah, and this guy on the bus, differently able. An asshole.
Seriously, what an asshole.
You're not helping.
At all.
At all.
Yeah, I don't know. It is just like it's this thing about words. Like, when do we stop saying a certain word because it becomes too offensive? And also, why do we placate that kind of offense? Like,
but the person who's,
why do we let people get offended by that? And
I remember seeing a news report, and it was this high school, and they had a pledge to not say retarded day or some horse shit. I don't know.
Pledge to not. Did they put an asterisk at the E for retarded?
They probably said the R word or something. I don't know.
Gosh.
But then they interviewed the kid who was disabled, who was the face of the whole thing, and he's like, yeah, that word really hurts me really bad when people say it. And it's like, you could tell that he totally didn't know what he was talking. He did not actually feel those things. They're just like, hey, Tim, do you mind saying this little thing for us? The news is here. And he's like, sure. And then he says it. But it's like, but he doesn't, I just think that, I don't think that the complexity of words and their effects on society affect someone with an IQ sub 60. I just don't think that kind of stuff matters.
Okay. I mean,
and I think that it's the soft bigotry of us trying to protect that. I don't know exactly what the purpose is, but I think to make us feel better about our miserable simulation lives.
Oh gosh,
that we didn't get the Elon algorithm.
Are we programmed to be saying this right now, or do you think we're going against the program by saying this?
It's a good question.
Do you think our programmers are mad at us right now? Do you think we're straying?
We'll see how quickly we get poisoned. We'll see what happens. I want to show you a really short clip.
Okay. That was already a pretty short one. I was really happy with that one. This one's really
short. And this makes me laugh every single time I see it. And I think it's my favorite. It's my favorite thing. It's kind of an old meme.
Okay.
Have you seen this? What I love so much.
Oh my god! Is the scream?
Is that the kid doesn't stop? He just keeps.
No, he's just. Yeah, he keeps
going.
Can
you explain it? Sorry, because people are just listening.
Yeah, this kid, probably his older brother, is sitting on the lawn, and then the younger brother is coming by in like one of those remote control RC cars that are big enough for a toddler, and he just runs straight over. Doesn't.
And like
I love the pause when he's on top of him, and the crunch and the like. There's no pain. There's no like permanent damage.
and I love the other part that I love too is a mother filming it who's obviously been taking their shit all day, and the one in the grass is probably being a little asshole, and she's just finally I don't get to hit him, but this gets to happen, and I get to just sit back and relax and watch it happen.
He puts out a hand as if that's gonna stop this demonic toddler from
the kid like kicks it into 4-wheel drive. It's
like spurting mud out behind it. I love the helpless. No.
Okay.
I know there's no like actual damage here. Maybe a minor scrape.
Oh yeah.
So I don't feel bad.
No, I'm sure
at this
he's
kid
fine.
suffering.
Well, I wonder what the kid in the car is going to turn out to be when he's.
It's gonna be funny as fuck.
Yeah.
Or a sociopath.
So I'm about to play a clip that you actually brought to my attention. Do you want to kind of explain to the audience this person?
This is a video of the rapper 6ix9ine, I think is how you would say his name. It's literally the digit 6 IX, digit 9 INE, which I think is a little stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Sue me. And he's like doing math homework or something for like his girlfriend. I think it's his girlfriend that he's doing math homework for. Okay, because
I was trying to figure that out exactly. So I'm like, this person the school system has failed this person.
Yeah, he has no reason to be doing the math other than to help his girlfriend, and he's live streaming it on Instagram, and he's stuck on this problem about salaries, and the solution to the problem is so clear if you have any kind of education past 6th grade.
Well, the other thing I was wondering, so
it's so
frustrating. It's a word problem, and it's divided by 3 is essentially the word problem.
Mm-hmm.
But how old is his girlfriend that she's doing
exactly what
elementary
she's like
school
in
math?
Like remedial math?
Yeah, well,
if she's like 16 or 17, I think is her age.
Well, speaking of retarded, this kid's a fucking Rhodes Scholar.
Oh my god, 6? This doesn't make sense.
A manager's salary.
I feel like I can smell him through the screen.
I can too. It's kind of just like this musty.
Manager's salary is 3 times the amount of new worker's salary. The manager earns $52,000 a year. What is the worker year's salary?
52.
Okay, so if
divided by 3.
Somebody said look on Cliff Notes, bro.
3 times the amount of new worker's salary.
Savage.
The manager is $52,500 a year. A manager's salary is 3 times the amount.
Go back to school.
Worker's salary.
What is that vibrating sound? I hate it.
I hate it too. I mean, you were saying this video gave you hemorrhoids, and I think it gave me them as well.
It did give me hemorrhoids. I can't believe that he is famous for anything at all.
Well, we're gonna get into a whole thing about SoundCloud rappers and how it needs to stop.
Not that he's necessarily a SoundCloud rapper. I don't know where his music is, but
it's everywhere like the rest of them. But I think I'm calling it a genre. Like it is a genre now.
Yeah.
Like Lil Yachty is technically a SoundCloud rapper. All these people are, and he's in this.
21 Savage. They all sort of fall into this category
where it's sort of like this weird hybrid of synth trap beats. And then he's part of apparently that emo thing too.
What?
Yeah, which is that little peep thing, which no one knew who the fuck that was until he was super dead.
What is it with this Lil? Is that like Lil Pump?
I mean,
Lil
that's
Yachty
been around forever. We got Lil Wayne back in the day. I mean, this is.
But so many now are like. I mean, there was Lil Wayne back in the day, but I couldn't think of another at Lil Wayne's time.
Well, I mean, that's speaking of Lil. This kid's 20.
He's
right?
in his 20s because he has felony charges for sexual misconduct with a minor.
You're right, that's correct. Yeah, he does.
Which is quite, that's great. We should.
I think that's the one bit of street cred you would not want as a rapper.
Let's venerate this kid.
Let's talk about his really neat face tattoos.
You know, that's something I've been considering myself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he has 6'9".
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have a favorite number. I like the number 8. I might put the number 8 maybe like around my eyes.
Oh, like a raccoon.
Or glasses. Thank you.
All right.
So I think that'd be a good idea. And look how great he looks with all those just face tattoos. That's like, you can never take that off. That's a commitment.
Yeah, I mean, I think anything from your chest up is saying that you don't think about the decisions you make. Like, this person most certainly does not fuck with a condom. There's no way.
Oh God.
He doesn't think about the future.
No, never.
Or
this is the same guy who bought, I think, a $300,000 gold and diamond chain, like a couple weeks ago, maybe a couple months ago, and put it on the internet. And it's just, you know, $300,000 going to slap one down for a piece of jewelry that might break in a couple years. Isn't that insane?
Yeah.
This is so irresponsible. There's more to the...
Oh yeah, we'll let it go.
Ugh. And there are people trying to answer, and they're all wrong.
No, some of them are right.
That don't make no sense. Look,
That don't make no sense.
a manager's salary is 3 times the amount of a new worker's salary.
It's like the Jurley thing from.
I don't know how to say it. I say jewelry.
Jurley. It's like
It's not jewelry, just jewelry.
manager.
Jewel.
Manager salary. Manager salary. It don't make no sense.
It makes perfect sense. It makes so much sense that
it's a very
absolutely absurd you don't know the answer.
Issue.
Type it into a calculator and you are done. You don't even have to show your work. It's one step. Just put a box around your answer like every math teacher requires. That's it. It makes me so mad that this live streaming. People are like sending him heart eyes emojis. It's like gross. Like, you love this boy, this clearly 6th grade educated boy. I was telling Sean earlier, this is like a really tough thing. So I'm a musician, and I think SoundCloud rap is officially the thing that has made me figure out that I'm getting older, but also it's so objectively bad. Like, the beats aren't even good. It's almost like memes have taken over music. But people seem to genuinely enjoy their music. It's absurd to me.
But they're really young, right?
I mean, some of my friends, my age, love this stuff.
Seriously.
I mean, you've had people, you said to me, people come up to you asking for Gucci Gang
That's true.
when you're DJing.
Yeah.
Which is absurd to me, but they're probably a little bit older than I am.
I've noticed that the one that people will request that I think is a ridiculous song is that Rockstar song by
Post Malone
and 21 Savage, that I said is basically like a Vine.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a 6-second Vine song that is like someone left their phone open and it's just looping. It just sounds like the no.
I could not repeat that song back to you. I don't think
that's
I've heard
the whole
it
melody
more
the whole
than
time.
Once.
It's just like him doing things that'll fit the syllables, like rata-ta-ta-ta, and it's just the most annoying fucking thing you've ever heard in your life. And the beat just kind of drones, and it's not really interesting. It's that stupid like trap, like the rolling hi-hats.
Yeah.
It just sucks.
Of course.
But hundreds of millions of listens, and I don't know. I don't understand it.
I don't get it. And I've disliked trap music for a very long time. Before I even met you. It's not that you coming into my life has made me dislike trap music. I mean, my friends are totally aware of it. They're always like, sorry, we've got to play some trap music. They always look at me. They say something like that to me to just be like, we know you dislike trap music, but we love it. It's
well, what do you not like about it?
It's annoying.
Yeah.
It's always been annoying to me. Like what you're saying, I didn't know there was a term for it, but like the hi-hats and like that just like, yeah. And
then
that gets on my nerves. I also just like being able to like sing along to a song and like actually enjoy it, and not I have trouble enjoying songs like that.
Mm-hmm.
There's no appeal for me.
No.
And also they just aren't very relatable for me ever.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard a relatable trap song.
Maybe
Flip
you
your
should
bitch and I fucked her. What?
Yeah.
I didn't just say
That sounds like your life.
It's just everything is like it's a weird like random rhyme and it doesn't make any sense anymore.
I've noticed they all just number one, they all just talk about cocaine. Seems like that's like a big part of it. And
Really?
then and then a lot of it is it's just like how like these and all these dudes are like gross. And speaking of I think that's he does.
He looks gross. 6ix9ine looks disgusting.
Like I said that I feel I can smell him.
He's grubby.
But like speaking of him,
oh god, who do we have? Lil Pump. Oh god. Oh my god.
You're going 70 miles per hour. How long would it take you to drive 70 miles?
70, nigga?
Oh, why? Why 70? Explain to the camera why
'Cause
70.
1 times 70, 70.
Well, who the fuck said anything about 1? Where did 1 come from? You're going 70 miles per hour.
Oh, 1 hour. No, that.
so
that was so infuriating. These math problems are making me go crazy.
So this one's Lil Pump. He's the one responsible for Gucci Gang.
Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang.
So something I noticed is kind of interesting about
that's how it
6ix9ine and him. So 6ix9ine's real name is in 6ix9ine's music. He uses lots of big words,
Really?
lots of N-bombs, and his name is
words.
Daniel Hernandez. And so I'm watching these videos, and he's like surrounded by a bunch of like thuggy black guys holding guns and just dropping these big words. And I'm like,
big words.
Daniel Hernandez, why are you allowed to do this?
Black.
and then Lil Pump is also a Latinx.
L-I-T-N or L-A-T-I-N-X.
Yes,
Latinx.
Latinx American. And
I can't even spell. I'm making fun of these idiots for not being able to do math, and I can't even spell Latinx.
Right. But
I'm sorry. I need
why
to
are they
resign.
allowed? Why are they allowed? I don't understand it. How are they getting away with dropping these big words?
I don't know. That's weird. They've been assimilated into this SoundCloud rapper culture. Then it lets them do it. Their music wouldn't sound as good if they didn't say the N-word. Apparently.
Interesting thought I just had. So, do you think that people being into this is a response to the hyper over politically correct thing we're in right now? Because
not being able to
Ariana Grande couldn't use big words. Her career would be over.
Oh, well, then is that why people have artists who can say big words on their tracks? Does that increase the allure of a song?
That's a good question.
I don't know. I mean, maybe that's it. I mean, we've had Ariana collaborate with tons of, like, she's collaborated with Big Sean. She's collaborated with tons of people who
use big
socially
words.
can use big words.
Yeah.
Without the backlash.
I would argue that Lil Pump and 6ix9ine cannot use big words.
I would probably say the same, but I don't know their ethnicity. I don't know.
They're both Puerto Rican and Mexican. Yeah. I think Lil Pump is. I know that. Well, I mean, trust me, they're Latino. Anyway, let's see what.
What's on with you, bro? Bitch, I know that shit for splack your bitch ass nigga.
Hey, chill, it ain't worth it, bro. It ain't worth it, bro. Hey, chill, bro. Hey, chill, bro. It ain't worth it, bro. Just chill. Hey, fuck that nigga. Hey, chill, bro.
What's on with you, bro?
Hey, chill, pump. Chill, pump. Hey,
on phone now, bro.
Hey, chill, bro.
Hey, what'd you say? What's the difference
that
between
went
America
on
and the United States?
That went on for just way too long. That's the kind of thing that really gets on my nerves too. That's something where people just like it's so silly, but back in like middle school and high school, people would always say you play too much. That's you play too much.
Yeah.
That's like you don't know when to stop a joke because it stops being funny. It starts to get either annoying or harmful.
Yeah.
That
so
made me
what I was saying is
want to like jump out of my own skin.
So these are like clearly videos of him a while ago. Because he doesn't seem to have all the face tattoos, which he seems to have gotten now.
Oh.
But I was saying how odd it is to look at him now, and he is this person who does these really terrible things and sings this terrible music about but he's got braces, so clearly like a mother that loves him.
So he's how old?
17.
Oh my god. Yeah. He probably lives at home, right?
Yeah. He's about to answer another tough question.
He has to
here.
finish high school. Come on, dude.
Oh, phone now, bro.
Hey, chill, bro.
Hey, what'd you say? What's the difference between America and the United States?
Bruh, the United States is more south than America, bro. America's in the north down here, you know what I'm saying? America right here,
Oh.
you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
So that's a difference, bro.
United States is more south. America is more north.
Mm-hmm.
South, north. Visually, that makes no sense.
So what do you think this guy's IQ is?
If I had to guess,
like retarded, right? I'd probably say retarded.
I guess so.
What would we do? There's no other word to describe him other than retarded. If I don't have that word,
I mean, idiot
have
and
a good
moron
adjective.
just don't do it
I mean,
justice.
Mongoloid idiot would.
Mongoloid is great. Yeah,
I like retarded.
I like. Is troglodyte a good word for that? Does that mean stupid?
Yeah, no, not really. But
what does it mean?
Kind of like simpleton, but like gross simpleton. I'm trying to think
well, I mean, I would describe 6ix9ine.
Yeah,
as
it's
probably
actually
a troglodyte.
Yeah, I can smell him through the computer screen for sure.
What is that, bro? Why you smoking swishers? What is that?
I always smoke backward, Carlo backward, bit Carlo backward.
What the fuck are you saying?
This nigga on a whole lot of swag shit.
A whole lot of gang shit. Y'all know about this, man. There's a whole lot of gang shit going on, bro. Y'all ain't
This
know
is
this,
so
bro.
weird.
On fault now. Let me see that.
Ew. Oh, I really.
Man, I'll put it on phone now. I'll put it on BD. Another nigga.
I just can't. I don't know if I can do it anymore. I don't know SoundCloud rappers. I don't know what's happening. But it is that thing. It's like it's this kind of stuff. It's the Logan Paul thing.
I think there's nobody discouraging them. There's nobody in their circle of friends, associates discouraging this act. The way that he acts. And he was just in the car. He was like leaning back. His friend said something and he immediately played off of it. He's picking up on what his friends are encouraging.
Yeah.
He immediately played off of this is some gang shit.
Right. Which again, it's like,
and he made it into a whole bit.
I want to find the thing where he's in the car.
It's upsetting to watch this.
This one freaked me out.
Oh no! With the what you're telling me. What?
Hey, me and Ski on that.
No. No way.
Like, that's scary fucking shit to me.
No way.
Like I said, to watch it a few times to realize that's real.
That's real.
Yeah.
Hey,
because you see the recoil. So it's him firing a gun out the window of a moving car.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And these are people that we look up to, that we have made into role models and icons, idols.
And again, like I'm wary to ever use that, because like that I just don't want to go to that Christian 90s thing where it's like Marilyn Manson is going to turn all of our kids into, satanic monsters, but this is...
Did he?
No, but I also think that there was something intellectual behind all that, and this is just so vapid and empty. I don't know. It's not even... I don't know.
It's scary to see this. Well, I haven't ever seen that before.
Well, also like the records of these people, right? Like the XXX. I always thought it was extension, but his name's fucking XXX Tentacion.
Yeah, it's Tentation.
What a fucking asshole!
I know.
God damn it! Do you think that's something that he thought he was spelling something else, but was too fucking stupid to realize?
Yes, I absolutely think he spelled it wrong and didn't know.
Yeah, and then had to just stick with it.
I think he thought he was trying to say temptation.
Seriously?
Temptation. And he put tentation.
Ooh.
Isn't that just absolutely... Doesn't that make you feel so embarrassed?
I feel embarrassed for him, yeah. No, I don't. Fuck that guy, honestly.
Also, people hate him now, but...
Well, yeah, because he fucking beat a pregnant woman, and...
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what's happening. Also, his music is just so objectively awful as well, and I don't know. don't know what's happening with this.
I don't either. It's scary and concerning, especially this.
Mm-hmm.
Shooting a gun out of a moving car. What kind of... how do you get to this point in life where your friends encourage you to do this?
Mm.
That's so scary. If I ever did that, I'd tell you to, I don't know, kick me out, throw me out of the moving car.
Right.
So I just tumble down the street.
Yeah, to get away from it. I don't think you'll see me shooting a gun out of a moving car anytime soon.
I hope never. Unless it's like the end of the world.
Yeah, that might be a good reason to end up doing that. We'll end the world tumble. Can we talk about our dining experience we just had?
Oh my god, yeah. Is it mean? No, it's not. It's particular.
How would you describe that woman?
As I said earlier,
server.
she was kind, she was sweet, and bless her heart.
Bless her heart in the condescending way, right?
A little bit in like the southern way. They're like,
you almost went for an accent and you decided to back out.
Yeah, I backed out because I couldn't go any further with it. I knew I would offend somebody who's actually from the South.
Me.
Yeah, I got to be a little careful around you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I'm very sensitive.
So she was very sweet.
Mm-hmm.
I think she definitely meant well.
But
that's it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Do you think she might have had a
Jordan,
little touch of the autism?
Jordan, I think she was just on a different level as us. We were
a higher plane of consciousness.
Nope, we were in a different level of a different plane of consciousness, not necessarily higher or lower. We were just different universes, and she was living in her own world. We were living in ours, and so when our worlds collided, it felt a little awkward.
And the people behind us, she decided to tell them what her family nickname was.
Oh yeah. So our waitress, I don't even know her real name.
No, we probably should ask that.
She was telling the table next to us what her boyfriend calls her.
Her boyfriend?
Yeah. She said her boyfriend calls her Gunner.
Gunner.
I think.
Right, like a gunner sergeant. That's right.
Yes, yeah, exactly. That's how she talked about it. I don't know why she said that.
She did seem like she was from good stock, sturdy woman.
Whoa.
She didn't strike me as, she struck me as asexual. Kind of surprising.
She had a boyfriend.
Well, I know. Now I'm thrown off the
We
scent.
haven't really set the scene of this place, though. We walked in this Italian restaurant down the street.
Mm-hmm.
A pretty quiet night. There were maybe 2 other tables full when we got there.
Mm-hmm.
And there's, I don't know how many tables. It would probably seat like 20 tables.
Yeah, about.
And we're waiting in the waiting area. It says, please wait to be seated. We stand there for like maybe 5 minutes. How long were we there?
Yeah, a good 5, 6. It was too long.
It was a little too long. And so the same lady who was the waitress was the same person who seated us. So the hostess, she came out, and I thought she was going to seat us, but she turned and grabbed silverware from like the silverware bucket before helping us, and she went back into the kitchen. And I thought that was really funny.
And didn't even really acknowledge us. It was really strange. So like I was already kind of salty, but then when she sat down, then I realized, oh, she's like a little special, and then I got a little softer.
She may have been. I think she was just a little behind, and that's the end. A little behind.
It was just, you know what it was? It was almost like the Doppler effect. It was like her personality, meaning that like it was like here is kind of where the normal reaction time would have been, and she would get about here. And it's like this is kind of where she would end up. So
yeah.
She'd be like, "Is everything tasting good?" And you'd be like, "Yeah, everything's good."
Okay.
All right, good, great. And you're like, "Ah."
She was so nice, though. She was very sweet.
Very nice. Very odd.
Yeah.
And then they played the Godfather theme song twice.
Twice? That is so weird.
Yeah.
In what world does that happen where the Godfather theme even plays once, let alone twice in an Italian restaurant? It's so on the nose. And I don't know if anybody was in charge of it, because maybe there's a Spotify playlist of like 4 or 5 songs. What?
I think that's what it was. Spotify playlist.
I think maybe there were like 4 or 5 songs on the playlist that they made. They just haven't completed it yet. And they have the playlist on repeat.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're there for longer than half an hour, you hear the same songs over in random order.
maybe it was weird though because everything was kind of like an upbeat, like when the moon hits your eye like a big pizza.
But that's what makes me think that somebody
and it was like, like that soundtrack comes on and it gets all spooky.
But that's what makes me think that somebody made it. They were like, oh, I know all of these cliche Italian songs and the Godfather theme.
I'll slip it in there to see if anyone notices.
Exactly.
Yeah. It definitely was a big change of mood when that song came on.
Yeah, the food was good.
I
liked I had this farfalle smoked salmon.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good.
Yeah.
You had the lasagna.
Yeah, I went classic. Or classico, as they say.
Yeah, you fucking whitey.
I got the Dago special.
You never stray from your white choices.
I can't help it.
You are Italian. You should have been like, oh, I'm going to try the formaggio, whatever. I just started learning Italian. Please bear with me.
My grandmother was really poor and from the north, and so it was just like fish and soups. That's all she ate. She wasn't having
Eat
pasta.
some fish
and some soups and get all fat and sassy.
Oh, I miss that lady. I wonder how she's doing.
She's probably doing pretty good.
She's well.
We can check in on her.
She's probably even fatter and even sassier.
I hope that
we can check in on her. Yeah, my lady.
There she is.
My lady.
I didn't put together the soundboard today, but
that's okay.
She could still check in on us that way, but
I'll let it pass this one time.
Yeah.
If you do it again, I'm doing this podcast alone.
It's all over after that.
No, yeah, you're just gonna sit there while I use your sound equipment.
Mm-hmm. Well, I would still watch it even if I wasn't on it. I think I would.
It'd be fun to do a solo. Oh my gosh, I keep doing that.
A solo podcast?
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what I did with my videos. It's kind of a similar thing, just talking endlessly for like 8 or 9 minutes.
What's the longest YouTube video you made?
I've made ones like 12 minutes long. I think that's as long as I'll go because you lose your retention rate goes down when the longer your video is. Yeah, and you want to keep people in. I mean, people like Philip DeFranco probably has a really high retention rate, so people stay and watch the whole video through. So if there are more ads to pick up on, they see all of those ads and they stay for the whole video.
He timestamps his videos now. It's nice. I don't have to watch his today. I love today is the dividend. I'm like,
so in the description,
yeah. I'm like, I don't really like. It's a Postmates.
Sup, you beautiful bastards.
Yeah.
Hope you're having a I saw this really great. I think it was his tweet actually. He quote tweeted somebody. He was like, "Sup, you beautiful bastards. Hope you're having a fantastic Wednesday because I'm about to ruin it." Somebody tweeted that at him.
That's kind of true. Because usually is all bad news.
Yeah, God.
Or pop culture drama.
I regret bringing this up, but the United flight with the dog in the overhead bin.
I'm actually glad you brought this up.
I almost cried watching that story on Franco.
What were your thoughts on that story?
I thought of PETA, and I was really sad. The sweetest little pup.
I have a French bulldog.
Squirp, squirp.
So
he's so cute.
If you can't hear, I have a lot of thoughts about the story. So what are your initial reactions to this story? Or like what's your thoughts on it?
My thoughts. I mean, if anybody hasn't heard about it, this mom and daughter brought their French bulldog puppy on a plane. They brought it in, I think, a carrier, and the flight attendant wanted them to put it in the overhead bin because it was blocking leg room, and that's against policy. Apparently, the flight attendant didn't know there was a dog in there, even though the mom and daughter were repeatedly saying, "There's a dog in there. We're not going to put it in the overhead bin." The mom and daughter reluctantly agreed, which is stupid. I wouldn't, but they put the dog in the overhead bin because this flight attendant is the person of authority. They could probably kick them off their flight if they didn't comply. But I think there's no way that the flight attendant couldn't have known that there was a dog in there. Anyways, the dog in the overhead compartment bin is barking for the first hour and a half of the flight, and then the barking stops, and then they land and they find that the puppy is dead.
So in this story, when he was showing the coverage that he showed, and also the other things that I've seen, like with the mother on the news, I'm like, fuck you, lady. Honestly, get the fuck out of my face. Like, you say no. Can we put your dog in the overhead compartment? No. Suck my dick.
I don't think they were strong enough I don't think they're strong enough people to do that. They didn't have the character to say no.
Then you don't get a fucking dog. And number two, this is a big service announcement. Don't buy this fucking dog if you know they can't breathe.
Yeah.
Like, this is a big thing. Like, I know they're the fucking cool dog to have right now, but you need to understand that they can't fucking breathe. So like, even even the I thought of bringing him on a plane would make me nervous.
I mean, I thought about it, and he's not even my dog, and I was like, my stomach dropped thinking about it.
Yeah, and so and also like brachycephalic dogs, like flat-faced dogs, they can't go under the plane for that reason because it gets too fucking hot and they die. Because they can't regulate temperature because they can't breathe and all these kinds of things. But I don't know. Now that the mother is like on the fucking TV making
which
rounds,
I think is stupid.
I'm like, you are
just
so
file a
fucking guilty
lawsuit and move. Like,
well, yeah, or just fucking grow. Like, I don't understand why it was so hard for her to just go, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not putting the dog in the overhead compartment. Like, you'll have to call in the air marshal and escort me off this plane. And like, and
I think you give people more credit. I don't think they're smart enough to do that. I don't think they're smart enough to stand up against the flight attendant.
Or at least get a third party involved. Because I think the third party would have been like, no, we're not. Like we're not going to do that.
I think it is really stupid that they are now on TV sobbing about it. Yes, cry about your dog that just passed away because of a dumb flight attendant, an idiotic flight attendant, but take action otherwise. I mean, sure, publish news articles, but going on TV, I mean, it made me even more sad. But also just let United get what they deserve.
Yeah,
United sucks. They've had so many scandals in the past year and a half.
It's really
2 years.
Other than like Virgin, all airlines are pretty just horrific.
Well, United had the Scorpion, right? The Scorpion taking flight.
Yeah.
They had the man, the doctor, getting punched and pulled off the.
Again, that story, I did not feel a lot of sympathy for that dude.
Why?
Because they tell you to get off the fucking plane, you get off the fucking plane. Like, you deal with it later. Like, you don't. Because because once you're on a plane, it's fucking federal.
Okay,
so
I understand.
It's one of those things
that,
where it's like you don't no, like he was embarrassing to me as a man. I was just like, dude, fucking grow a pair of balls, get off the plane.
But I also think they shouldn't have knocked him out and dragged him off.
Well, but then also you find out that he's like a fucking monster in his personal life, and you're just like, I don't really.
Oh, I didn't. Is he?
He got. I think he was trading. I'm going to say allegedly because I'm not sure that I'm saying this right, but I'm pretty sure that I am. He was trading Oxycontin for sex.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And so he wasn't even a doctor anymore.
Anyway, what I mean to say is United sucks ass.
Yeah, no, it does.
You shouldn't treat anybody like that. You should knock them out and drag them off.
It's like, oh, can we take another inch off the fucking thing? So I'm 6 foot and I'm too tall now for planes. I'm fucking squished to the point where I actually will hold the seat in front of me so they can't recline, or else because it's too painful. For me to sit there for depending on how long it's a short one they can recline, but generally speaking, I don't fit. Or
I'm just a little guy, so I'm fine. But
just a little guy.
But I never really have any issues. I like to be the size that I am, especially on flights and drives, because I can make myself comfortable however I want.
Yeah, it's
I don't need a lot of space.
Yeah.
United also had, so they just had that dog pass away. They also transported a dog to fucking Japan instead of.
Yeah, I saw that one. Yeah.
Instead of where were they going? There was another foreign.
It certainly wasn't Japan.
No, yeah. So they swapped the dogs. The Great Dane went to who knows where, and then their bulldog or whatever went to Japan.
That's a big reason why I wanted a smaller dog, was to, if I ever had to go on
just fold him right up.
Yeah, I could fold him right up and put him in my pocket. Boop.
Yeah. Oh wow, that's a good one.
It's I don't know, that story really was just, I was mad at everybody. I just don't. It's people in general just need to stop being pusses. Like, it doesn't matter if someone's. I don't know, like Tiny Tyrant stewardess. She can fuck off. Like, no, she has no power. Her power is like make you stay in the seat. It's like but it's that thing of like, dude, if you really think like we all know logically that the dog is not supposed to go in the overhead compartment. So no, we're not doing that. And then if you want to get the authorities involved, then we're gonna have to do that.
I think you give people generally more credit than what is due.
Well, they're not, I mean, like,
I don't think people are as smart as you and I guess. I'll include myself in there.
But I don't think that seems like there's such like common sense. Like common sense would dictate.
Well,
we know it's wrong, so we say. But it's just the willpower to say no. You just say no. I'm not putting the dog in the overhead compartment because I know it's wrong.
Mm-hmm. If I were to guess at what the story is behind the dog, The mom bought the dog. The mom and the dad bought the dog for the little girl because she really wanted a puppy, but has no idea how to take care of it, and probably wouldn't take too good of care of it anyway. So the parents would end up taking care of it. This is the story that I've created about this French bulldog. They're expensive dogs. A mommy and daddy would buy their little princess a French bulldog. I don't think just any family would buy a French bulldog. I think it's, oh, he's so cute, I really want one, I'll take care of him, I promise. Doesn't. So maybe the dog wasn't, I hate to say this, I feel really mean, but maybe the family wasn't deserving of a dog such as a French bulldog.
I think you're probably right.
Sorry, this is just coming out right now. Like I hadn't formulated this thought earlier, but you see, like, you see little princess girls like with their puppies and they don't take care of them. And, oh my God, we were talking about this the other day with dogs and little dogs and early 20s girls and pee pads.
Yeah, okay, that is an interesting phenomenon. This seems to be exclusively a female thing. It's the small dog and the pee pads.
Yeah, pee pads or like grass pads or...
Well, the grass pads are cool if they're like on the balcony of the apartment or something, kind of. But also, like, if you do what you're supposed to do with a dog, no matter if you can still work a 9 to 5 and take the dog out.
Yeah.
If you can't accommodate that schedule, you just don't get one.
I totally agree.
And pee pads, I don't have any males in my life that have bought their dog wee pads. It's never happened.
Yeah.
Do you?
No.
What's going on?
I mean,
here?
we had them for Kiba when he was still training, but now he just goes out. My Shiba Inu. He used to have pee pads when he was a puppy, of course. And then you move them to pee and poop outside like normal dogs.
Yeah,
I think neglecting that is just it's telling of character.
Yeah. Well, I mean, how many people I know that have dogs that you should not have them?
And I can name more people that have dogs and shouldn't have them than I can name people who have dogs and are able to. Yeah.
Yeah. Or the ones who end up getting dogs and then just give them away because they don't know anything about the breed they get.
That makes me so sad.
That's the thing. Like that's like what I worry about with these guys, like talking about how like you have to know that they are like they're.
He needs massages. He needs little pets and scritches, and he also likes it when you like rub his whiskers down. He loves that.
He does love that.
Just adores it.
I think they're like a Ferrari. They're like temperamental and have lots of issues and maintenances, and they live fast.
He's
and
also
they die young.
gassy. So you got to know what to expect when you're getting a French bulldog.
Very true. Yeah, but it's like but there is every breed is so different. Like you wouldn't get a Shiba Inu if you have like really small children typically, right?
Yeah,
they're
exactly.
Not stoked on little kids and like,
or even a big family. They aren't family dogs.
Yeah.
I mean, we got one when my brother was going away to college. I think it was about that time, and so there was my sister and I, but we were both 13 at least. She was like 16. So I mean, yeah, not like a young family dog.
Right.
They're very stubborn and not necessarily mean. They would never bite, but they bark a lot. He still boofs at you, and he should know you by now.
He should, yeah. No take, only throw.
No take, only throw. I love my Japanese dog.
Yeah, I don't know. That story, I don't know. I was just mad at everybody when I heard it.
It makes me so sad, though, to think about that poor little dog.
Yeah.
Like, when I was watching it, I could not stop thinking about PETA.
Yeah.
And my throat was, like, clenching up. I just, like, it made me nervous to ever take a dog anywhere, really. But especially a dog like PETA.
Well, I told you about the time that he almost died, right?
I don't know.
This is like when I learned how delicate he is. Like, my brother was watching him when I was out of town for work, and he took him hiking. And I told him beforehand, like, do not like
nothing strenuous,
yeah. And also like not hot. If it's hot, just don't do it. Like, and I trust him. He said it wasn't that hot and he didn't go that far. But like, he calls me and I'm like, what's going on? He's like, here, I'm going to send you a video of PETA.
Oh,
and he's making these like this terrible wheezing sound.
No.
And I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm like, dude, get him covered, like drench him in water if you have it. And then just put him in the car. And sure enough, he cooled down and was fine, totally fine after that. But it's like, all right, you can't. There's like a point, and then bulldogs are weird too because they don't really have that sense of like, you know how like a lot of dogs, they get too tired or hot, they'll just lay down.
Yeah,
they don't do that. They'll power through.
Oh, God.
They have it's part of like the bully breed thing. Like they'll just keep going till they die. And so they don't really know that they're like on the verge of something really terrible happening. So like you as the owner have to be really diligent and watch and make sure they're they're doing well. And it's one of those things like, so he just turned 6, and I know it's like the super fad dog to have now, which is weird for me because when I got him, no one had them. And I think if I had known or had foresight, which I kind of did because my old roommate had an English bulldog, so but I think that like if I had foresight, they're going to get so popular and kind of even more overbred than they already are. And I don't know if I would have made. I love him. He's the best dog ever. But it is one of those things where I feel guilt that I adopted him technically, but it's that thing where I don't know. It's just I have a big change of heart on like the designer dog thing. It's kind of starting to like bug me a bit.
It is a concerning industry right now. I mean, he's just fine.
He's perfect angel.
He's great. I love him so much. Yeah, but now, like you were saying, with this overbreeding of French bulldogs because of demand and how much they cost, it's
stupid Lady Gaga had to get one.
Did she really?
Yeah, she has 2, I think.
Oh no! Yeah. And that's so concerning because they already aren't the healthiest of breeds.
No.
So, just making more.
No, more. I don't know.
Suffering, and I don't know. I don't think he's suffering. He loves it here.
But
you take really good care of PETA, and I don't think people who get French bulldogs now, or at least the general population, would not take as good care of a dog like this as you do.
I mean, I think it depends. It's actually, I mean, when I did run into other people that have them, you can tell a lot of them are
They know.
Yeah. It is, or they don't, not that they don't know that I take really good care of it, but we will kind of like talk shop almost on like general maintenance, so that kind of thing. But
I got to take my French bulldog in for repairs. His carburetor is
usually something allergy related.
He's missing a flux capacitor.
Yes, flux capacitor indeed. So you got accosted by an Italian
my God!
man.
Yeah. So today I was in Laguna, my place of work. I wasn't working today, but I was just walking on the sidewalk from Main Beach. It was a sidewalk there, right off of a Pacific Coast Highway, and this man. So I'm looking down at my phone. I'm sending text messages. I'm sending my location for reasons to send to somebody else to meet up with them, and this guy is walking towards me, and I think, he's probably going to go around me because I'm at the very edge of the sidewalk. I glance up. I don't really worry too much about it because I feel as if he's going to turn and maybe make room for me on the sidewalk. He absolutely does not, but I don't notice because I'm still looking down at my phone. I look up, and he's maybe like 2 feet away from me, and he's still walking towards me, and so I stop. I sort of like shift over to the side. I scoot over into the grass off of the sidewalk, and he's like, "Are you lost?" And I said, "No." And I kept walking, and he was like, "Yeah, go fuck yourself." And I was like, "Whoa, okay, sure, dude. See you later." I gave him a thumbs up, and I started walking away, and then I looked away from him, and he says, "Look at me again, I dare you." And I didn't, of course. But he was this big, ambiguously Italian man, very threatening and very intense with his language. It was, if he had said, "Are you lost?" I would have been like, "Oh no, but thank you. I'm doing just fine." But he said, "You lost? Like you lost, loser? Like what? Like what joy does it bring you to? Does it bring anybody to say something like that to somebody? I mean, I look 15, 16.
Yeah, that's the peculiar part.
And he was this 30-year-old grown man.
Yeah.
Big, huge Italian man. It was so scary.
I have wondered what I mean, because, you know how I am about strangers coming up and asking us for things or talking to us.
Oh, yeah. I love how quick your responses are, too, because I feel as if you're expecting them. I never expect this kind of thing to happen to me. I don't think I look very approachable by aggressive people.
I think that for me it's like always threat evaluation, and it's just kind of like I'm paying attention to the people around me. And like I was saying to you earlier, there isn't. I don't know. I feel like more and more. It may just be from living in Los Angeles. It's just that there's just so many people that come up and ask you for things, and you have to kind of gauge their level of crazy or why they're asking you.
Yeah.
Because it could pose some kind
People are
of
fucking insane.
insane.
And you can't really, you can't predict what's going to happen to you.
And the other thing I was just thinking, like logically in 2018, considering like smartphones and credit cards and everything else, all the technology we have available to us, there is no reason a stranger should ask you for anything now.
Yeah, exactly.
So like that's the thing is, so when somebody does come up to you and does say something to you, it's like, this is bad news already. This is weird. And then also what I have to deal with walking him around where people just talk to him.
Yeah. I think that's a bit more innocent though.
It is, but it's frustrating nonetheless.
I think you just hate people.
It could be.
I haven't experienced something like that in a very long time when somebody like would almost accost me. The last time it happened was when I was in France and I was on a train and this homeless lady or maybe just mentally ill lady assaulted me. It was scary.
Jesus.
Terrifying. I just ran to the front of the train and some Americans found me and they're like, "Are you okay?" We saw that she was like armed. Not with a gun, but like had like a... I told you about this, right?
Yeah, I forgot what she was armed with though.
I think it was some kind of knife. It happened really quickly, so I like bolted out of there. But she yanked the headphones out of my ears and I just grabbed my stuff and I ran.
Jesus.
That's it's a longer story for why it happened, but generally it's been a while since I've been assaulted.
Yeah, I think that I'm big enough, generally speaking, to where people don't. But I have a face, I think, that people think I'm friendlier than I am.
An inviting face, yeah.
And I do not want to talk to you, generally. I just don't want to do it. I don't know what it is, because I think that I don't look particularly happy most of the time, so I don't really know what. And also, I have headphones in all the time. I don't ever not have them in.
It's a good idea, but that also scares me a little bit. I don't think
I'm hyper cautious of my surroundings.
Yeah,
like I really make a conscious effort to pay attention, and like normally, and it's usually I'm not listening to music normally. Normally it's talking, so like I could hear someone coming behind me and things like that.
Yeah, I mean earlier today when I was almost assaulted by that big Italian man, I was walking away. I told you this earlier, but I was walking away and my shadow was in front of me. So the direction I was walking, I could see if he were to follow me, his shadow. Luckily he didn't, but it was something that I made a point to be aware of. I sort of like, instead of looking back at him like he was daring me to, I looked down and to my left to see if his shadow was approaching me. That way I could readily defend myself.
What an asshole.
Right?
God.
I saw him walk across the street and he was still staring at me when he got across the street because I went to go sit down and wait for my friend. And he went across PCH and he went across Broadway as well. And so he was on the other corner and he looked over at me and I was looking back at him to make sure he wasn't coming back for me.
I assume there's some level of mental illness there, but I have to wonder like what he saw in you or whatever drug made you look like whatever thing.
I definitely think it was either drugs or just some mental illness because he was not drunk. Yeah. He was not verbally impaired. He didn't have any kind of impairment. It was so bizarre.
And just to think too, so it's like, what is he gonna do, right? Is he gonna like hit you and then
in public, surrounded by tons
arrested,
of people? Exactly.
And then you could like file assault charges. I don't know. It's just like I don't.
Well, you were saying earlier that I should have just been like, "What? You should hit me right here in public." No, I will never do that.
I don't know. I mean, that's usually what will end up happening. That's happened a few times with me, and it's just like that thing of where you just go, dude, just. Unless they're like huge. I've had it happen once where somebody was fucking with me and they were just like twice my size. Generally, like, if they're about my size though, I'm just like, just do it. I mean, for God's sake, because it's one of those things where it's like, because you're not if you do, then this is over for you. You understand? Like, I don't know, but there's a concern though. Like I said, if you don't know if I really, really would like to go through life without getting stabbed.
That'd be fucking great.
Yeah. So,
statistically, I think you will.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen to too many people.
Yeah, I think I'd rather. I was talking to you about it. I would rather get shot than stabbed.
Do you think because it's like I don't think you told me that, but it would be a cleaner wound?
No, it would not be cleaner. It would be much dirtier because of the bullet fragments. But
yeah,
it would be quick, and it would be not so personal. There's something about getting
That's
stabbed
true,
that's
yeah.
like so personal.
Interesting.
And you can get stabbed a lot and not die.
So they could repeatedly stab you.
Yes.
They would shoot you once and be like, all right, he's downed. We don't have to, we don't have to pursue that any further. That's really scary to think about. I do want to end on a lighter note.
Do you have anything lighter?
I have nothing.
Well, on that note.
Yeah, we're nearing the end. Is there anything else you want to say?
Nah, pretty good.
I think I am too.
Yeah. Well, don't get stabbed.
So we reached a full hour, right?
Yes, we did.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm satisfied with an hour unless there's anything. Yeah.
Nope. Got it covered. And shrunk my coin.
God, just go to fucking school, everybody.
Yeah, go to school.
Please go to school, you idiots.
And
if you are dumbasses, go to school.
Go to
Finish
school.
high school.
Chunk a lot of corn.